Okay, so today we're going to get straight in and install the KDCAN cable and set up the software correctly. So ISTA, IMPA, NCS Expert and everything. So we're not going to mess about. Let's get straight in, get it set up, and then you're good to go. As it stands at the minute, I can't actually show you where to download the software, but if you send me a message, and I'm sure there's plenty of you that already have downloaded it, so this will show you how to get it set up, and it'll also get rid of the really annoying PAD AKTIV error that a lot of people seem to get. ISTA does install as a standalone program, so it actually has its own EDIABAS file, and it's that causes the problem. But we're going to look into that now. Apologies for the beard and hair. I'm just so busy at the moment that I have no time to shave, sleep, or do anything but work. But hopefully this will help a lot of people out. Okie doke, let's go straight over to it.
On the website, the first thing that you will end up downloading, this is the only bit that I can really talk about, is the Ftdi drivers. It's important that they're installed before you put in the KDCAN cable. So we'll go ahead and install those. Just extract, click next, accept the agreement, and the drivers will install. Only takes a second or two, and now it says that they're ready to use. At this point, we're going to open the device manager. Now this is assuming that you've installed everything else. So if you haven't installed the BMW standard tools and ISTA, do those first. So you've got the drivers installed, standard tools installed, ISTA installed, and now we're going to configure it all to work. So once all that's done, head down to the search box and we'll just look for device manager. Once device manager is opened, we have the ports COM and LPT. Now we're hoping that when we plug in our KDCAN cable that it will appear there. So we'll plug it in now. And there we go. At this point, you'll notice that it says COM3. We want that to be COM1 ideally, but it doesn't really matter. So it can be anything that you set it to. Now I actually have another COM port which is using COM1. So I'm actually going to set this to COM2. So what we'll do is we'll right click, head down to properties, port settings, advanced. And you'll notice at the top it now allows us to change the communications port to anything that we want. I'm going to change mine to COM2. We need to set a latency timer of 1. Everything else can stay the same. So the COM port can be any number you desire, but whatever it is, just remember what number you've put. So I'm going to go with COM2. Click OK. Click OK. We'll now see that that's set to communications port 2. Now we'll leave that open for now so that we can remember it. My memory's terrible. Next thing we're going to want to do is go to the little file at the bottom, get the file explorer open and head to this PC, Windows C drive. And you'll notice you'll have the EC apps folder. Now, the easiest way to do this, the most simple, is to open the EDIABAS Configurator. So we'll open that. We'll open EDIABAS Configurator 2. And here where it says Configuration Interface, we want to scroll down and we want to set it to std://obd. And then click OK. And we'll notice that that's now changed to std://obd. Now at this point, we want to go back to the EC Apps folder. We want to open the EDIABAS folder, bin, and then we're going to scroll down until we find OBD, which is here. Now in this file, you'll notice that it says OBD port equals COM1. Now we set ours to COM2, so we'll set that to COM2, file, save. Now we can close that down. At this point in the setup, INPA, Dr. Genie, NCS Expert and all the standard tools apps will work absolutely fine. Absolutely nothing wrong with using those. So if you're only installing standard tools because maybe you don't have enough space for ISTA, you're now completed. You can connect it to the car, you can connect, and you'll be absolutely fine. If we're running ISTA, ISTA has its own EDIABAS folder. So we'll go to the ISTA folder in EC Apps. We'll go to the EDIABAS folder, bin, and then all we need to do is come down to the EDIABAS configuration settings file type. Open, and we'll notice that we've got interface equals std.obd. When you install ISTA, it will say remote. If it says remote and you connect your cable to the car, you will have a PAD active error. It frustrates a lot of people. They end up actually deleting the ISTA program when all we need to do is change remote to std.obd, file, save, and that's done. And now ISTA will also work with your KDCAN cable. If we go back to the EC Apps folder, the EDIABAS Configurator will only change the EDIABAS configuration settings in the folder within EC Apps. It will not change it within ISTA. So you have to change the ISTA file manually. And once that's done, that's it. You can plug your cable into your car, you can load up ISTA, and you can read the codes. The only other thing that might be left to do, if you didn't do it during the install, is to change the ISTA vehicle interface. You do get to select what you're using in the install, but if you skipped past it or you just rushed through the install, then just double check it anyway, because it's worth checking. But when ISTA loads up, we head up to the little spanner at the top, vehicle interface, and then make sure it's on EDIABAS default settings, and then click OK. And then that's it. You can go ahead and read out your vehicle data. I hope this has helped. Thank you for watching.